Hey you guys, welcome back to the set of Pretty Little Liars and your exclusive look behind the scenes at the making of the show. Now, long before the other actors and I step onto this stage, we receive a script that helps bring our characters to life. And on a good day, we actually have those lines memorized. But while we embody our characters, their real lives live in the minds of our amazing storytellers.
When you think it can't get any better, the writers surprise you.
Oh my God. She was still alive.
I wait for the table read to hear the whole thing live, and I'm always the one who's like, oh, what?
Did things just get incredibly worse? I can't believe this. Ian's dead. No, zombies don't text, okay? He is alive somewhere.
When you walk into the writer's room, there's a sense of anticipation, there's a sense of excitement. The first 6 weeks before we start writing is called pre-production, and that's a really crucial time where a lot is distilled.
What horrible thing would have to happen for Toby to be pushed to the point that he would make that turn? We really spend 3 or 4 weeks thinking about the entire season as opposed to any specific episode, sort of what's going to be the beginning, the middle, and the big cliffhanger ending.
It's not over until I say it is. Sleep tight. While you still can, bitches.
It's really about brainstorming and keeping track of things. Once we sort of get those broad strokes laid down, both for mystery and for character, then we start going episode by episode.
I'm going this afternoon, right after school. Are you sure that's safe? No. Aria? Hey. Can I talk to you for a second?
We have 6 writers in the room. We break the stories together, but then that writer goes off and writes their episode.
Is that Aria? Please, answer me.
It's always fun to know what, like, the tone of the script is going to be just based on the writer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's me.
And then we usually polish it all together as a room so it feels like one voice.
You waiting for Fitz?
Oh, just waiting for my parents.
Who's he waiting for?
I don't know.
Maybe he came here for the same reason we did. To spit on Ian's grave? I mean, every day I look forward to coming to work and you know, getting to play out on the scripts. But, I mean, when we have a cast read through, it's so exciting.
They're like, have you not read the script? I'm like, no, I don't read the script. I never read the script. I want to be surprised.
They give us great feedback when they love certain storylines, like Troy and Keegan were both so thrilled when we got Spoby together, and that was such an exciting twist for them, and they were just effusive about it.
Wow. You sure know how to walk a girl home.
My ideas are insane and not really network appropriate half the time.
We have a 80-foot restraining order against all 4 girls. They're not allowed to come near the writer's room. No, actually, they never do come to the writer's room.
But they do really take my opinions into consideration, and they've definitely listened to me on some really cool things this season.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
We've gone so many different ways, and we've spun so many other storylines and created so many new characters, and I never really know what anything's gonna mean from one scene to the next.
The writers are so amazing. They do such a good job, and it keeps us on our feet.
We should take a photo of Ian to prove we haven't been making this all up.
Yeah, well, you go ahead and do that while I try not to get killed.
For this show, it's a lot of like puzzle solving. The stories are very complex, and there are a lot of twists and turns.
Before you know it, you've created lives. There are people who live within a universe that you've created.
Did you speak to her? No. Jason picked up her cell phone, said she was too upset to talk. Just when we're in the spotlight, doing something decent. And he makes the spotlight extra harsh.
It's time for our fan question of the week. This week's question comes from Sky in Naperville, Illinois, who wants to know, what's your favorite Pretty Little Liar moment?
Asking me for my favorite Pretty Little Liars moment is kind of like asking me who's my favorite child. That's really hard to do, but I can say a scene that makes me cry to this day every time I see it from the pilot, when Arya pulls up and they found Allison's body and she turns around and she runs to the other Pretty Little Liars. Like, for some reason still brings tears to my eyes every time I see that. And I love the final scene of the pilot, which is I'm still here, bitches, and I know everything. I think that kind of defined what the show is. So that's probably a couple of my favorite moments. And I can say, like, one of my favorite episodes was 119, which is the episode where everybody was getting together. Emily and Paige did karaoke, Spencer and Toby were becoming Spoby, and Caleb and Hannah had their moment in the woods together. So that's an episode that really stands out in my mind too.
If you have a question, make sure to submit it at the PLL Facebook page. Be sure to include your first name and your hometown, and we might just answer it on a future video. Hey you guys, thanks for joining us today, and thank you so much for watching Pretty Little Liars. I'm Brendan Robinson, and we'll see you next time.